Greetings, adventurer. Welcome to the D20 Academy podcast. I'm Shiloh.
And I'm Gabriel, and this week is Ranger Class Rebuild. Alright guys, this week we're going to be doing our rebuild for the Ranger class. So if you want to follow along, you should check out the document that we're going to be posting in our Discord as this episode is being released, where you can see all the things that we've done in writing in front of you on the page.
Yeah, and so you can have a copy for when you use it, because I know all of you guys are using these. But how do you get into our Discord? That's a good question. Well, you can message us on Instagram at D20_Academy, or you can comment on one of our videos on our D20 Academy YouTube channel, which a lot of cool stuff is going on over there. Hey, we have a actual play series using Fantasy Flight Games' Star Wars role-playing system called Friends Like These. It's here on the podcast, on YouTube as well. Go check that out. And without further ado, let's jump into the episode. Cheez-Its slap, bro.
They do.
I'm like munching on them.
Mm.
They're the perfect Ranger snack if you think about it.
Yeah, you know, 'cause you foraged for those, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't just
Cheez-It.
find them on the counter. You had to go and
The
search
Cheez-It
your
bush.
way through the wilderness to pick out Cheez-Its. Fresh Cheez-Its.
Mm-hmm. From the vine, baby. Hey guys,
Cheez-Its
welcome
from
to
the
our
vine.
class rebuild. I think I'm just gonna start with that. I think we're just gonna open on
Okay.
that bit. Hey you guys, welcome to the rebuild of the Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
We've come a long way, Gabe.
Yes, we have.
We're
We started
nearing
with
the
the
end.
Barbarian, now we're at the Ranger. That's quite a few.
Nearing the end of our journey. So last week we did the Paladin, right?
Yes, last time.
And we were supposed to do the monk, right? But then on the
Yes.
Paladin class rebuild, we're like, monk's actually a good class. But we forgot about Stunning Strike, so maybe one of these days we'll actually do a monk class rebuild, but really all you need to do is just fix that ability. Or feature. Gosh, I've been playing this game for like 5 years and I still always get that confused. I always say like ability, but I don't actually mean like an ability, I mean like a class feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, potato.
Speaking of class features, that's actually not true. We probably shouldn't start with that. We should start with base ideas, concepts. Can you break that down for us, Gabriel?
Yeah, so we wanted to do the Ranger, taking inspiration from the revised Ranger, which we both think is a good step forward
Yes.
from the base Ranger. Because the base Ranger's features kind of suck. They
Yep.
do not fulfill the fantasy that you imagine when you pick a Ranger class. They are too situational, not important enough, not impactful, and it turns the Ranger into an albeit capable class of dealing damage with the right builds, but
Mhm.
overall feeling meh because you don't get to use the abilities that you chose the Ranger for.
Yeah. It's just, yeah. Weirdly though, it uses Dex and Wiz, and those are the two strongest. So you'd think that would make it better. But yeah, I mean, we really spill our thoughts about the Ranger class in the player's handbook on our spotlight for the Ranger.
Yeah, so if you want to hear all of them, and if you have plights of your own, go check out that episode.
Yeah, it's that was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's just a weaker class, and I just feel like what Gabe was saying, it just kind of, you don't get the juice that you signed up for. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's just kind of disappointing.
All right.
So what do
is the
what do we do
juice?
conceptually? Yeah, what is the
What are we
juice?
doing to inject juice into this class?
And that is the end of the analogy. We won't be continuing that. So, I mean, they had the right idea. That's what I'll say. Favored enemy, natural explorer, someone who tracks and all that kind of stuff. With some druid magic, you know, dex-based, you know, fighters. They had the right idea. just the execution, I think, was not the best. And then also a ton of class features later on that are just so weird and situational.
Yeah.
Just so strange. So, we want to take that concept, because they had the right idea, but then make it mechanically good and useful, basically.
Alright, so how about we jump into some of the features that we've changed?
Let's do it.
And starting with the first ones, I think you might have expected this by now, as this is a thing that we've done with a lot of our rebuilds so far. We added the ability for you to use intelligence rather than wisdom for your abilities that feature wisdom as the ability score that it uses. Because I think this is an interesting side to a ranger, where you can either be someone who feels your way through nature and through tracking, through hunting, or someone who has studied knowledge, studied expertise in tracking and nature. So
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
We're kind of a little torn on this one, because weirdly enough, Ranger kind of uses wisdom and intelligence in tandem, if you think about it. Like, I'm thinking kind of classic, like, Witcher, right? Like a monster hunter, you know what I mean? Who tracks down monsters and stuff. Like, obviously they're using wisdom, right? In noticing things in nature, right? Noticing the tracks and, you know, listening out for them and all that kind of perceptive stuff, right? But then also, I think there's definitely a level of intelligence that comes with being a ranger, with the fact that investigation is an intelligence skill, right? Having the knowledge, understanding, like meticulous, like how to track things, how to survive, what berries are good to eat and which ones are bad, right? That's way more of an intelligence-based kind of deal. Medicine, right? Which, even though it's wisdom in D&D, that's wrong. And I feel like rangers, you know, also probably have, like, basic medicinal knowledge when it comes to, like, plants and things like that, right?
Yes.
And so we're kind of torn because they kind of use both, really, if you think about it. And so then we were just like, why not just give them players the option so they can make an intelligence-based ranger or a wisdom-based ranger?
Yes. An important thing is that we've also added the ability to use the following skill checks using intelligence rather than the normal wisdom. So you can use your animal handling.
Oh, what is this? Why does this say wisdom?
Don't know. Animal handling and survival.
Wait, it's supposed to be medicine. Yeah, medicine.
As I thought. Animal handling, medicine, and survival. Those skills are typically used with the wisdom modifier, but if you choose to do an intelligence-based ranger, you can use your intelligence for them. I think it's cool. There's like a variant rule. I think it's in the DMG. I think it's a variant rule where you can make those skill checks using different ability scores. Use it. It's good.
Yeah, it's cool. But because nobody uses it, we wanted to make it just full official that animal handling, medicine, survival are intelligence skills for you if you choose intelligence.
Yeah.
This is also your spellcasting ability modifier, obviously. And yeah, just also this opens up the avenue not only to make intelligence just, once again, an ability that is used more often, but also in regards to choosing your race. It opens up now being able to choose races that give bonuses to intelligence also. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which favors things like gnome rangers or tiefling rangers. You know what I mean? Which is also just nice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Moving
that was the
on.
first thing.
You know and love it. You get your subclass at first level. I'm pretty sure we've stuck to this with every single one, and we will stick with it for every single class. You get your subclass at first level. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, one thing to note is that we're adding a subclass here. We are adapting the subclasses from the Player's Handbook Core Ranger, and we're adding one. And we'll get to that later. I don't believe we've fully mapped these out, but we have an idea of what each of these are.
We like to always do some of the building live, so we left all the subclass stuff to the live. To the end of this episode, we'll figure it out live.
All right. Favored enemy. This is. I'm
Way
trying
different.
to remember what we changed, because we went through a couple iterations.
Okay, so favorite enemy is a lot like the favorite enemy in the Revised Ranger. But that's also a lot different from the favorite enemy in the Player's Handbook. That we tweaked it just slightly from Revised Ranger, but in the case you don't know what that one is, we'll go over right now. At first level, you have significant studying tracking, experience studying tracking a certain kind of enemy. So you choose a type of favorite enemy, either beasts, fae, humanoids, monstrosities, or undead. And you gain a +2 bonus to damage rolls with weapon attacks against creatures of the chosen type. And additionally, you have advantage on survival checks to track your favorite enemies and intelligence checks to recall information about them. So there's actually some mechanical benefits to this and extra damage and stuff because where their weak spots are because you've studied them. Also, when you gain this feature, you can learn one language of your choice. Typically, you can choose one spoken by your favorite enemy, but you're free to choose any language you wish. And this is because in the Player's Handbook, it's choose a language spoken by your favorite enemy. But that's weird because it's a creature type and not a specific creature. And so they can speak all different kinds of languages. And so that's just strange. If you choose undead, liches can speak common, and it's weird. So just choose any language, but if you want to be cool, you choose one that's typically spoken by your favorite enemy.
Yeah. All right. So the only change here is in how it is expanded upon later on as you level up. In the Revised Ranger, there's an ability you get on, or a feature, that you get at 6th level, called Greater Favorite Enemy, which essentially lets you choose an additional favorite enemy, but from a list of more, it's not specific, but more
niche,
powerful generally.
Sure. Yeah.
Creature types. So your aberrations, celestials, constructs, dragons, elementals, fiends, or giants, blah 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 blah. And then it further says you gain the language, then your bonus to damage rolls increases to +4, yada yada yada, and a couple other things. Instead, we kind of wanted to narrow that down so that we could give that expanded list to perhaps one of the subclasses, which we'll get to later. But you still get an increase to this. So at 7th level, you get to choose an additional favored one. It can be of any creature type. So you get that expanded list, and you gain all the benefits of the chosen creature you normally gain against your favorite enemy, including the additional language. So it's not as powerful, you don't get the +4, but you still get to choose an additional favorite enemy from an expanded list.
Yeah. But it is also better in the sense that you can actually choose one of the types from the first list.
Yes.
In Greater Favorite Enemy, you have to choose from that other list.
Yeah, because
anyway,
that's just everyone's you could sometimes want to have both humanoid and undead,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, pretty simple, but now favorite enemy matters.
Yeah.
Okay, Natural Explorer, I believe is identical to Revised. Except for the little improvement we gave it.
Alright, so it is identical to the Revised Ranger. It gives
It's because it's so good. I just love it. I love the Revised Ranger feature. Natural Explorer feature.
The Natural Explorer feature from the Revised Ranger is great. There's a whole bunch to it, so if you want to see it in its full entirety, I'd say go check it out. But the only change we've made here is give it a small benefit that you get at 7th level. Well, I say small. It can be nice, it can be really good, but this also can be very situational. Depends on how you play your game. Where you can take the dash action as a bonus action at 7th
Right,
level.
which is something you get at 8th level or something with the Revised Ranger, Fleet of Foot or whatever.
Yeah.
We moved it here as well just because it makes sense, you're able to move quicker because you're a Natural Explorer. Yeah, we're not going to go through the whole bullet point list of the little features this feature gives you, but it's things like ignoring difficult terrain, advantage on initiative rolls, better at foraging and tracking and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, you don't choose a favorite terrain anymore. This is just a bunch of general stuff no matter where you are. Which is just nicer because that's so dependent on the campaign that you play. And the places that your GM chooses to, set encounters and everything.
Yeah.
So it's not just to have a general thing. Also, we did a lot of choosing terrain types with the druid.
Yeah, so we wanted to keep we've already done that kind of thing before, and we really like this ability, so we didn't have to change it that much.
Yeah.
All right, fighting style, whatever. Spellcasting, the same, except you're now a prepared caster.
Yay! By the way, these are at second level, fighting style and spellcasting.
Yes, we're on a second level now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Keep up, guys. This is why you should have the document open. Get into our Discord. Boom.
Yeah. So they're prepared casters now, and also it can be intelligence or wisdom for a spellcasting ability. Alright, can you talk about your third level feature?
All right. I realized that I didn't add in the feature here. I didn't state what level you get this at, but this is at third level. So we've made Hunter's Mark into a class feature. It functions a lot like the spell. For as a bonus action, you can choose a creature within 90 feet, you can mark it, and it lasts for an hour until you use your bonus action to mark a different creature. You deal an extra d6 of damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack. You also have advantage on perception, investigation, or survival checks to make to track it or find it. And you can use this a number of times equal to your ranger ability modifier and regain all uses when you finish a long rest. So whether you are a wisdom or intelligence ranger, you can use this up to your ability modifier. Nice.
Nice.
Nice. This also gets improved upon at later levels. When you reach 11th level, the duration increases to 8 hours. Helps you do a bit more of that tracking. At 18th level, damage increases to 2d6, and the duration increases to 24 hours.
Dang.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So this is, can you explain why Hunter's Mark is now a class feature?
Because Hunter's Mark is always felt like a prerequisite to playing
It's the divine smite of rangers.
Yeah. No, that's not the same thing. It's the Eldritch Blast of rangers. It's technically optional for you to take it, but you're going to take it. We're going to put a gun to your head and you're going to take it whether you want to or not. That's how it feels. So might as well just be a class feature, not have it be part of your limited amount of spells that you can cast and spells that you can know, because rangers were a known spellcaster, not a prepared spellcaster, but now they are. Also, it's cool. It feels integral to the ranger class at this point. If you are part of the D&D 5th edition scene at all, rangers and Hunter's Mark are synonymous. So we figured stick it in as a base class feature, and this gives us the opportunity to have the subclasses modify and add onto this ability, because we like the ability.
Yeah, 100%. But in the way that divines... In the same way that by removing Divine Smite, we gave a paladin more options, same thing here. By removing Hunter's Mark from a spell, from it being a spell, rangers will now use their spell slots for a different variety of things.
Yes.
Because typically they just spend one or more on casting Hunter's Mark. But now that it's a class feature, they're going to have more options. And can cast some of the other cool spells that rangers get that nobody knows about, because all they do is cast Hunter's Mark.
Yeah. I think this is a really important thing and something that we can continue to do, especially with the Eldritch Blast, where by removing it increases the amount of options that you have, because the most important and viable option, the best option, is now just baked in to your class.
Yeah.
It's not like you feel like you're missing out by taking it.
Yeah.
By not
Rangers
taking
have Rangers have really cool and interesting spells.
Yeah.
And
some fun
but
ones.
also a lot of them are situational too, though, which makes prepared casters now that makes so many more spells viable, because now they're now prepared casters. But there's some really cool ones.
Into the flavor a bit more, like, oh, I'm going into this terrain tomorrow. This is what I'm going to prepare for that, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It makes a lot of sense for a ranger, for sure. Okay, ability score improvements, blah blah blah. Nobody cares. Oh wait, did we do extra attack? Yeah, okay, they have extra attack.
They have extra attack. We just didn't stick it in here in the
we just didn't write
paragraphs here. Oops.
I'll go do that right now, but continue.
Continuing. We get a bunch of, let me go back up to the table here. we get 5th level extra attack. 6th level, you get a subclass ability. Feature. 7th level, you get favored enemy and natural explorer improvements. 8th level, you get another ability score improvement. 9th is currently a dead level, but I believe you get another spell slot. 10th level, you get another subclass feature. And 11th level, we get Vanish, which is a new feature, and the Hunter's Mark improvement that we talked about before. So, Vanish...
It has the same name as another feature, but it's not that one. There was a Vanish in the Ranger base class, but it doesn't do the same thing as that one does.
Alright, so in our class, Vanish, 11th level ability, you can use the hide action as a bonus action on your turn. Also, you can't be tracked by non-magical means unless you choose to leave a trail.
Excuse me, it's exactly the same, except now it's at 11th level.
Yes, okay. We did a lot of juggling of features.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fit this in here, fit this one in there, change this one a little bit, fit this one at that level instead. Does that work at that level? Things like that. So yeah, it is apparently exactly like the base class feature.
Okay. The main trouble we had placing this was we were wondering if 11th level was too early to give them access to hide as a bonus action because, you know, with rolls and in an optimal environment, that gives them advantage on their first attack almost every turn.
Mm-hmm.
And so was introducing it at 11th level too early, but I think we decided that it's fine. It's not too game breaking or crazy, and
depending on how your DM plays things, you aren't always going to be able to hide.
Yeah.
If your DM follows rules closely and pays attention to, you actually don't have anything that you can hide behind or hide with. So this isn't an always a constant thing you're going to be using in battle, depending on your table.
Yeah, and you have to make a successful stealth check and all that kind of stuff, so. Okay. Then we have Hide in Plain Sight, which I believe is exactly the same. Except now it's at 14th level instead of 10th level. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to get 10th to 10th level and then get the feature Hide in Plain Sight. It's such a niche ability that you're not going to use too much.
Yeah. So
that it's such a 14th level ability. Feature. Oh my gosh.
Feature. Goodness, Shiloh.
It's such a 14th level feature. It's hilarious to me.
Yes.
14th level.
So
is
it's
like,
the same as in the revised Ranger, but we've just shuffled the levels around again.
No, it's the same as in the base class Ranger.
It is?
Oh, no, it's different. It's a bit different.
Yeah.
It's the revised Ranger, yeah. We just shuffled it up a bit. It's just, like... 14th level is just like, isn't it like this? Doesn't it just sound like the most boring level? Like, nothing happens in 14th level. Which is why we gave them this very niche feature. Okay, and then that's it for base class deals. That's all.
I guess so. We didn't do anything with the last couple levels as far as base class features, I don't believe.
No, we were gonna have a 20th, but then we bumped a Ranger Conclave feature to 20th when we were shuffling things around.
You're right.
So.
So past this, the stuff that you get from your base class are just improvements to other features that we've talked about before, and ability score improvements. And then, of course, subclass features, which we're going to get into.
Yeah. So let's talk about the subclass features. So obviously you get one at first level.
Yes.
The next is at 6th level, which, yes, is a long time. But come on, the first 5 levels are so, we gotta stuff all the core class features into there, so. Then it's 10th, then 15th, then 20th. So 5 levels apart. Essentially. Mostly. Which seems like a pretty good...
like a satirical D&D take on 5 feet apart, but it's 5 levels apart.
Wow. Or just 5 feet apart, because that's what a square is.
Can't just take the exact name, though. Goodness.
It's called melee range.
Melee range.
Okay, so... but if they have a paladin in the party, then it's not even a problem, because they just spend what, 5 hit points from the lay on hands and cure any disease. All right, so we are. We're gonna jump into the subclasses, which we have not created any features for. But can you Gabe, describe the 3 subclasses that we've come up with, the ideas for them?
All right, so we have the Hunter, the Slayer, and the Beastmaster. The wording's wrong in our document.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, no, yes.
Good.
Wait, I was just reading it wrong. It's correct. Hunter, Slayer, Beastmaster. Those are the 3 subclasses.
Yeah.
Hunter is you are a hunter. You hunt things. You hunt things through the wild.
Yeah, so this is actually not really the hunter in the base class.
Yes.
We've kind of transitioned a lot of that stuff over to the Slayer, which is good at killing stuff.
Yes, the Slayer is more of a monster killer, you know? You
Yeah.
hunt down monsters to kill them.
Weapon combat kind of deal. Whereas we're transitioning the hunter to more like tracking, utility-based subclass. Kind of like the difference between the thief and the assassin for the rogue.
Indeed.
If that makes sense.
Last and least, we have the Beastmaster. The famously hard to balance, kind of pointless.
It's not
It's
pointless.
not. Okay, I'm sorry.
I like the Beastmaster in concept.
It's just hard to make work. Well.
Yeah, so we're going to have to figure that out. But we're going to make the Beastmaster better than it is in the base class. We promise you that. We're going to make it a viable subclass. Alright, so I think these first level features can be very small.
Yeah, they don't need to be massive things. We already have a ton in the first level here.
Yeah. Quite a lot. So they can be very minute. In fact, if they build on favorite enemy or natural explorer, that would also be kind of nice.
All right. In what order do we want to do things? Do we want to do it with alphabetical, which we have? So we have Beastmaster, Hunter, then Slayer.
I mean, whatever we come up with, I guess.
All right.
Whatever we think of. But like, yeah. But what I'm asking is like, do we want to give these for first level all like kind of some unique little minor features, or do we want to give them kind of a similar feature, like the same concept but different, because they're different subclasses? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I think so.
Like, oh, they all get a feature where they deal additional damage, but the damage type is different depending on the subclass, like that kind of deal.
I see.
But not that. But you know,
not that, but something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is my example, but don't do this.
Yes, basically.
That would be easier. A nice little static ability.
Oh, bro. Okay, wait, when do we give the Beastmaster their companion?
Do we have to have it at first level?
I mean, but it makes sense. It makes the most sense.
It does.
Okay, because let's be honest. Because, what, third level, suddenly you have, like, a pet tiger?
Yeah, no.
Where did that come from? You're in the middle of a
level.
dungeon. Where did that come from? Okay, it's just, obviously, they're just very... It's a very weak. Okay, so we'll have to come up with how that works. But that's definitely the Beastmaster's, first level ability. We'll just call it Ranger's Companion for now. Just like the base class. Alright, Hunters and Slayers. What do they get?
Alright, if the Beastmaster is getting its, cute mascot.
Right.
Then the hunter needs to get a little huntery thing. And the slayer needs to, I don't know, get a monster girlfriend.
For Hunter, could we do like, I don't know, an additional favorite enemy?
That's not a horrible idea.
Wait, but is that a Slayer idea?
That's the thing. There's a lot of similarities.
Okay, no, that's a Slayer idea. A natural explorer kind of thing would be a Hunter. Well, no, but like tracking and stuff is a part of favorite enemy. I say we give it to Hunter because Slayer is gonna adopt a lot of the base class Hunter stuff, like Colossus Slayer and this, all that kind of stuff.
True.
Giant Killer. So I think I feel totally comfortable giving it to Hunter.
Okay.
Additional favorite enemy at first level? Yeah, I don't think that's too strong or anything. And then do we do like but it has to be chosen from the list of the other ones not mentioned?
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so we'll this is called additional favorite enemy.
Wow.
What a fun
Getting
feature.
real creative here, boys.
Okay, and then the Slayer. I don't feel comfortable giving it any of the options from the third level
Hunter.
feature that base class Hunter gets. Like Colossus Slayer is broken. Giant Killer and Horde Breaker are all very strong. They already have advantage on initiative and advantage on the first and advantage on attacks against creatures who haven't acted yet, right? Because of Natural Explorer. So, I would totally give him that stuff. Unless we want to take away from Natural Explorer the feature where on your first turn during combat you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted, and just give it to the Slayer. Or take away advantage on initiative rolls and give that to the Slayer.
Am fine with.
In my opinion, leaving advantage on initiative rolls with Natural Explorer makes the most sense thematic, like flavor-wise. Because for Natural Explorer,
Yeah.
like having advantage on initiative makes
I agree.
sense. All right, awesome. So we're taking off the third thing?
Mhm.
Go ahead. Yeah. Boop. Oh, what the flip? Sorry. Okay. And this is called, ambush or something. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got our first level features.
Wahoo.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay,
think
cool.
These all work. Okay, one quick question. For the
Yup.
Beastmaster, Beast
Mhm.
Conclave, whatever we're going to call it,
Yeah.
we need to figure out how we're doing the Animal Companion.
Which is why let's leave that off to the end.
Okay, we're going to forget about the Beastmaster. It doesn't exist in my mind right now.
It-
The
it's
Slayer and the
not
Hunter
canon.
do, however.
It's not canon.
And we need to figure out what the 6th level abilities are for the Slayer and Hunter. So, I think, we've already mentioned this before, I think we, at some point, augment how Hunter's Mark works, or the things that you can do when you have a creature Hunter's Marked, based on your subclass.
I was going to say 6th level, give the Beastmaster some kind of extra attack for the Beastie Boy. Like let the Beast take an attack when they make an attack or something like that.
Or, I'm thinking, I thought we forgot it exists, but I was thinking that when you take the attack action on your turn, like your beast can make one melee attack against a creature you have Hunter's Mark, something like that, Change the wording, obviously, but
Oh yeah, that's good. Because it's still working in the Hunter's Mark, like if they're making an attack against a creature that's Hunter's Marked. I like it a lot. Okay. Fiends or Giants. Alright, cool. So we have all those features written down. Blah, 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 blah. Hunter and Slayer, what we got? What we got? I mean, just translating a ton of those, Player's Handbook, Hunter, subclass option features to the Slayer.
Yeah.
It's just, they're, good. I just
good.
like that. They're strong, first of all, but also I like options. I always like options, like with the totem, barbarian and stuff like that. Yeah, I like them. I don't know why we would change them. I think they're good. It just means we kind of have to make the other guys just as strong.
So are you saying that we just copy over the lists of options?
I mean, kind of. They're good. I don't. They're fine in my opinion. Just the levels are pushed back.
Mm-hmm.
So Hunter's Prey is at 6th level, and then Defensive is at 10th, Multi-attack is at 15th, and Superior is at 20th. I guess it would be Slayer's Prey, though, instead of Hunter's Prey. And Superior Slayer's Defense. Yeah, I have no problem with that. Oh, but you wanted to do something with
I did kind of want to do something with
yeah,
that.
okay, yeah. No, let's play around with that first, actually.
All right.
Hunter's Mark.
The ones that I like the least are kind
Okay.
of in like the first section
Yeah.
here, the Hunter's Prey.
No,
you know?
you're right. We
Those are the
we
ones
just
that I like
scrapped that.
the least. So I think we come up with something different for this would be the 6th level abilities that you get to choose from.
Yeah.
We come
Yeah.
up with something for 6th level, and then we
Yeah,
adapt.
yeah.
We can copy over the rest of the lists.
I agree. So we're replacing the Hunter's Prey stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, here's my one problem that I have. Those three options just work really well with the concept of a Slayer who is specializing in people they're killing, such as killing things bigger than them or dealing with hordes of monsters. Not super big deal, but that would just be my only thing.
Yes. That is true. So, how about...
We get rid of superior defense.
What is superior defense? Evasion... Reaction to repeat the same attack.
Uncanny dodge and stuff, like... Slayers, yeah, they can have some good defense, but Slayers are about killing stuff, so... I think the more stuff we have about... They make them better at killing things, the better.
Okay.
So I say we scrap that and then push everything up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so what are the Hunter's Mark features for the Slayer and the Hunter?
Alright. For the Slayer, I'm thinking... some sort of... ability, like we've had several things like before where you like gain information about the creature that you're fighting. We've had this for both the cleric and the fighter.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
Adapt that into
that's good.
sort of.
That's.
I don't want to make the too many classes have too many abilities that are similar to each other,
Yeah.
but that works
But
really
that's
well
good.
as a Slayer thing.
Yeah, but that's good. But also, once again, it's all options. All of those things are all subclasses. So if
Yeah.
a playgroup is building a party of our rebuilt classes, like, people are, like, you're going to be choosing your subclasses. Once again, it's all at first level too. So if you're building characters together on a session 0, you're all choosing your subclasses at first level. One person can take the kind that learns information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of options. Okay, Hunter, hear me out. Is this too strong or something along these lines? Can we make it so that whoever is Hunter's marked has disadvantage on saving throws against your spells, or you have advantage on spell attacks against them, or things like that.
Give me a second here. I'm looking at the spells.
Mm-hmm. Is that too crazy? Let me take a look at the spell list.
Think here. I don't actually think that it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Most
just
of
like
the ranger spells.
there's a lot of things that like restrain them with like vines and stuff, and then some like attack spells where they have to make like dex saves to like, you know, dodge a cone of arrows or whatever. I like it.
Yeah, we just have to make sure that it says ranger spells. Even though I know no one's going to be using these classes, and no one's going to be using these classes and multi-classing, so that isn't even really a problem, but is a problem in my mind.
Yeah, okay, I agree. So, it will be called, what's this feature called? Warcaster. Ah, crap. I don't know what this is called. I guess the kind of the concept of like focusing your fire on them, you know what I mean? Because they're hunter's marks, you're really focusing on them.
Yeah.
Fairy focus. That's what it's called until you come up with something better.
Okay.
Fairy, spelled in
pray
as
I
in
do.
fairy fire. Sorry?
I said, let's pray I do.
Fairy focus. I like the concept of a bunch, a group of like archmages, and they show up to a battle, and like one pulls out a wand, one pulls out a staff, one pulls out an orb, one pulls out a component pouch, and then one just pulls out a fairy. He casts his spellcasting focus is just a fairy, like a living, it's just Tinkerbell, just in a cage. He just uses that as a focus.
That's sad. Dark.
Okay, at 6th level, flavor.
Sixth
sixth
level
level
flavor.
Flavor
Nice.
that we're gonna write later about how magic is better.
Uh-huh.
How do I say this? Creatures with your hunter's mark? Hunter's marked creatures? Creatures affected
Yeah.
by your hunter's
Mark
mark
feature.
have disadvantage on saving throws against ranger spells you cast. Do we also want to give them advantage on spell attack rolls against them, or is that too much?
I think this is fine as is.
Okay. For the Slayer, some kind of learning thing, right? You learn
Yeah,
their
yeah.
immunities, you learn their saving throws,
Let me
stuff like
see if I
that.
can find that ability.
There's one in the Cleric and the Fighter, maybe?
Yeah, it's in Cleric and Fighter. I'll just take a second here for me to find it. I like it. It's in concept, it's really cool to me. I really like it. It depends, of
It's
course,
just-
on how your DM builds
Yeah.
encounters
Yeah.
and creatures, but it's cool.
Alright, and then we're moving the Hunter's Prey from the base class, which is the option of Colossus Slayer, Giant Killer, or Horde Breaker, to Slayer's Prey, which is the 10th level feature of this class. We're moving Defensive Tactics from 7th level to 15th level, and Multi-Attack from 11th level to 20th level. Coolio. So Defensive Tactics, and then Multi-Attack. All right. Cool. So Slayer is complete. Awesome. Okay, so you're saying when you use your Hunter's Mark feature.
Yes.
I would like to amend that
Okay.
and say whenever you hit the Hunter's Marked creature with an attack,
Okay. Why is
you
that?
get to choose
You get to
because then
choose one?
you choose one of the things to learn.
Okay.
It's just used more then, and I feel like it'd be used more. But the knowledge you get from marking them will help you make your attack, though. So I just feel like you'll just trigger it more often. Okay.
What is it triggering too often? And
I mean,
you don't
once again,
necessarily. Like after a point, it's redundant. It's just like another thing. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
this, and it takes more time.
Okay. No, it's when a creature becomes affected by your Hunter's Mark for the first time. Because also, I want to say when you move it to someone else, you also learn about them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just when you expend a use of your Hunter's Mark.
No, but that is what expending a use of your Hunter's Mark is.
No, but after you expend a use of it, you can still use your bonus action to mark a different creature. Oh, whenever a creature is marked by your Hunter's Mark, you can learn 2 of the following: armor class and current hit points. Okay, wait, let's squish some of these.
Alright, okay. I realized I didn't word this correctly. I had intended for the Hunter's Mark to, when you use your bonus action to mark a different creature, to expend a use. I didn't word it correctly.
Oh, it expends a use to mark another creature. Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe I just read that wrong, or just because I'm used to the other thing.
Because otherwise, you're not going to be using this ability many times. Like, how many times, like, it's essentially 5 hours worth. You know, if you have a 20 in your ability, then you've got 5 hours worth of fighting that you can just swap.
Yeah.
Now it's on you, now it's on you, now it's on you.
You mark a creature with your Hunter's Mark feature. You can learn certain information about its capabilities compared to your own. The DM tells you the answer in regard to 2 of the following characteristics of your choice. 1. Armor class and current hit points. 2. Immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. 3. All saving throws they're proficient in. 4. All skills they're proficient in. 5. The level of the highest level spell they can cast.
Alright. Pretty cool. Alright, Slayer's fine. I like this.
Alright. And also, this is not super strong, and so I think it kind of evens out the rest of the class, which gets, some pretty strong features.
I don't know. The hunter in the player's handbook, the abilities you can choose from,
Yeah.
these are all pretty good.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Because-
that specific ability.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm saying this feature is not super good.
I thought you were talking about
To
this
balance out the
subclass
rest.
in comparison
No.
to the entire class.
No. Also, we have to change the name. We have to come up with a unique name.
Yes.
It's called Anatomy Lessons.
Hunters.
We can't call it
Mark
Hunters.
Your enemy. Marks your enemy.
I like Anatomy Lessons, but sure. Mark Ruffalo.
Is your enemy. Mark Ruffalo is your enemy.
No, just Mark Ruffalo. Hunter's Mark Ruffalo. College Slayer's Mark. No, I'm kidding.
No.
That's confusing. Okay. This is the hardest part. It's like
Naming.
how you always leave off naming your character till after you finish building their whole character sheet, because that's the hardest part. But to be honest, dude, some of the features in D&D are so poorly named. They're like the
Yeah.
lamest names ever. So I really don't really care what we put here. Nobody looks at it anyway.
True.
You know, call it... I can't even think about it. You know... I don't even know.
Whatever. It's not important.
Dissect. Alright, so...
Alright. So, got both the Hunter and the Slayer down for their 6th level abilities.
And we have the rest of the Slayer, because we're just
And the rest of the
moving
Slayer,
over
because
this
we're
stuff.
just moving it over. For
So,
the...
Hunter...
Yeah. Yeah? For the Hunter?
Yeah, what is there? We still got a 10th level, a 15th level, and a 20th level. What do we want to do?
I would like to see us play more into the...
Primeval awareness. Primeval awareness. I'm just kidding.
Not really.
I'm just kidding.
Perhaps druidic side of the ranger with this subclass?
Okay.
Not sure how we do that, though.
Huh. By the way, we added the fighting style where you can choose 2 druid cantrips as your
True.
fighting style. By the way.
Mhm.
That's from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. I mean, one option is to give it access to all the spells from the druid spell list.
All of the spells?
Yeah, I mean, you'll once again, they'll still only have low-level spell slots.
This
But
is
also-
true.
Also, it's just... Getting a ton into spellcasting is just moving away from Hunter, in my opinion.
Mhm. No, I meant like more like the naturey side of things, not necessarily the spellcasting side of things.
Oh, so the ability to turn into animals. That's pretty good. No, not the ability to turn into animals. Never mind. That's dumb. I didn't say that.
Good, you didn't.
Dang, I don't know, man. What do we got here?
I don't know if that's just enough to separate the two ideas.
Well, okay, just think of Hunter as, like, utility. Yeah, just think of it as, like, a utility.
Okay.
I still don't know what to give it, but... yeah, not like it's trying to hunt a certain creature or whatever. I mean, yes, that is... yeah. Think about it as a utility thing.
You're doing so much to clarify this.
For example, you know, like giving it, you know, like land stride in the base class at 8th level, moving through non-magical difficult terrain costing no extra movement, and you can pass through non-magical plants without being slowed without taking damage from them.
Didn't
And you
you
have
already
advantage on
get,
saving throws
like
against
half of
plants.
that from Natural Explorer?
Yes. Or feral senses, which is what they get at 18th level. When you attack a creature you can't see, you don't have disadvantage, and you are also aware of any invisible creature within 30 feet of you. Oh, I got it.
He's got it.
You know, utility is kind of similar also to kind of support almost, which is kind of reminds me of something that we want to be doing more in these rebuild classes, which is conditions
Uh-huh.
and crowd control. How do we add that?
Well, we've already kind of done that.
With the disadvantage on their spells that
Yes.
like restrain them
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, you're right. What about if they get like poison arrows or something, and they can inflict poison condition on people?
You could give them like immunity to poison, add them onto the list of the 200 things that have it.
They bypass immunity to poison. Let's go.
We could allow them to Hunter's Mark an additional creature.
That's what I was thinking.
They can only
I mean, it's called Hunter's Mark, and this subclass is called the Hunter. I mean,
yeah, but the names have nothing to do with it.
okay, so like, how do the rules on this work then?
Alright, so you can Hunter's Mark an additional creature. Same rules.
Mm-hmm.
It's like now you can have 2 creatures Hunter marked at once, except you can only gain the damage bonus once per turn. Against 1 creature per turn. How does this work?
No, I don't think we need to minimize the damage bonus. That's the whole point. What's the point of Hunter's Marking to create? I mean, other than the fact that you can like change every turn without expending more uses. I don't think we change the damage bonus. Also, we're giving this a 10th level. You know? It's not like we're giving this a 6th level. I'm down with it. Also, now they have disadvantage. Now 2 creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against ranger spells you cast, which works pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have no problem with this. Even still, this ranger is feeling kind of weak, so I mean, yeah, make it strong.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because of how good the cleric was, and
I mean, we also did kind of nerf a lot of the stronger classes though. In these rebuilds, builded.
Rebuilds.
What? Yeah.
Rebuilded.
These
rebuilded.
We've
nerfed the better classes. Sure. All right. Additional Hunter's Mark.
Yeah.
I like that.
Cool.
I don't know if we. Whatever. Name doesn't matter. Name does not matter. The ability is what matters.
Name.
Friendship is what matters.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, we have 2 more features to come up with.
15th and 20th.
15th, we just give them the Keen Mind feat. 20th, we just give them the
Observant
one
feat.
where you're observant feat. Yeah, boom, done. Look, we're so original and creative.
Honestly, Feral Senses might fit in here.
At 20th level, maybe. Oh my god, it's so niche. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay.
Speaking of niche abilities, can we talk about Foe Slayer, which is the capstone ability for the ranger in the base class
Oh yeah.
ranger? Let me read it for you. Foe Slayer. At 20th level, you have become an unparalleled hunter of your enemies. Once on each of your turns, you can add your wisdom modifier to the attack roll or the damage roll of an attack you make against one of your favorite enemies. You can choose to use this feature before or after the roll, but before any effects of the roll are applied. Wahoo! That's a 20th level ability right there, baby. That's what I
mean,
wanna
it's
see.
not. It's pretty good.
Compare that to a paladin's avatar.
Oh, that's unfair. You can't say compare that to a paladin. I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
I'm not comparing it to
We're
the
not
paladin
supposed to-
class, just the other capstone abilities.
Yeah, but but bards, when they roll initiative and they have no use of bardic inspiration, they gain 1.
Yeah, but this is
That's-
against one of your favorite enemies once per turn. Your wisdom modifier. I mean, to the attack roll, that can be nice. That can be really nice.
That's pretty. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Whatever.
The point is, it doesn't work for Hunter anyway because the ability is literally called Foe Slayer. I say Feral Senses is too niche. What if we give them Blind Sight or something? I think that's sick.
I am honestly such a big fan of Blind Sight, and I've always wanted to make like a blind monk character.
Yeah.
I've always been looking at all of the homebrew subclasses I've been finding of, blind monks and stuff like that. They give them Blind Sight. Yeah, let's give them Blind Sight, bro. These guys are so good at listening and feeling.
How about Dark Vision and Blind Sight up to 30 feet each?
Extend Dark Vision by 30 feet. You gain
Right.
like 30 feet Dark Vision. If you already have this feature, then you increase your range, whatever, by 30 feet. Additionally, you gain Blind Sight out to...
Okay, awesome.
I don't know how far. 30 feet?
This ability
10
is
feet?
called Ocean Eyes.
Oh, well, we're just going
No.
off the rails with the names right now.
Blind Sight 30 feet. Are you kidding me, bro? This has
No?
to be useful. Yeah, 30 feet of Blind Sight.
Okay, okay.
Let's give him a big range. At this point, Slayer is getting Escape the Horde, Multi-Attack Defense, and Steel Will.
True.
So, well, Steel Will is not good, but I mean, it can be. Anyway.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't Tremor Sense just like a worse Blind Sight? I don't remember.
I actually can't think of the difference now. I don't know. Wait, what's Blind Sight? Wait. They're different things.
They are different. They're two different things.
Wait, okay. A Blind Sight creature can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight. Wait, so why giving him Dark Vision? Just give him blind. Why are we also giving him Dark Vision this ability?
That's why I'm saying we have to have the ranges different. Because if it's a race that already has Dark Vision, then that range gets extended, then that can still work. And they now have 60 feet. Dark Sight.
Yeah,
Dark
but
Vision.
who cares? Nobody starts with 30 feet Dark Vision. Everyone starts with 60 feet Dark Vision.
Sorry, I was throwing numbers out. 90 feet Dark Vision.
I just the difference between 60 and 90 feet of Dark Vision is just so minor that I just think we just give them Blind Sight.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Blind Sight.
Okay, so Blind Sight, by the way, can see invisible and all that kind of stuff. What is Tremor Sense? Can detect and pinpoint the origin of vibrations within a specific radius that's in contact with the ground. So yeah, it is a worse... Because Blind Sight can see people even if they're floating. By echolocation. So actually this feature is called echolocation.
Oh my goodness.
Echolocation.
And what's the 20th level ability? You just become Dory?
The the ranger, it just just like shouting, always shouting at people. Okay. At 15th level, you gain 30 feet of Blind Sight. Okay, you gain Blind Sight up to 30 feet. Isn't that what it is? 20th level, what we doing?
I think you can cast True Polymorph, but only into a clownfish.
Only into a bat. Gosh, I don't know. What do hunters do? You can, hold your breath or something. We're losing our minds. I don't know, dude. Think. When you roll initiative and have no uses of Hunter's Mark, you gain a use of Hunter's Mark. I don't know. Just Divine Smite?
I mean, how crazy do you want to get with this? Because I would love the ability to just be able to hunter's mark someone forever.
Until they die.
Yeah. Like your character's like a really like overprotective father.
So he always wants to know where his kids are. Oh, okay. What about the that like you always know the exact location of people that you've hunters marked?
Like you've hunter's marked at any time in the past.
No, 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 that have your hunters mark on them. You you suddenly know the of all the 100 people you've hunters marked in the past. They all suddenly at 20th level become known to you. You're like, I
I can
have
see.
find my iPhone for all the people. But honestly, problem. I can't
The
talk.
problem with that is
Mo-
that it just
No,
nulls
I'm
like half of the hunter's mark feature.
no, I'm kidding. What we do is we give it access to the Druid spell list.
That's such a weird capstone ability to me.
How is that weird? That's sick.
At 20th level, oh, now I can cast. I have so many more spells. I don't know. It just feels kind of weird.
No, that's true. That's weird. That's not even that useful. Oh yay! Now I can cast
What if-
Moonbeam.
You can hunter's mark as many creatures as you want.
Just infinite. Just everyone's hunter's mark. No, no more hunter's mark. We already
No
have
more,
enough
no more
hunter's
hunter's
marks.
marking.
No more hunter's marking. But you can choose another favorite enemy, so now you have 4. I'm literally at such a loss. We'll come back to this. Let's go up to the Beastmaster to figure out this Ranger's
Oh
companion.
boy. Oh boy. Alright, so I
Alright,
got the name of a cool feature, but I don't think it goes here. Call it like marked for death. You know, it's a 6th level feature for a subclass. I don't know, it does something when you hunter's mark someone or whatever. I just think it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll replace additional hunter's mark with that. Marked for resale. Okay.
Okay.
So, in the base player's handbook, they have to be challenge rating 1/4
No,
or
we're not
lower.
looking at the base player's handbook.
In the
Not looking at
revised,
base player's handbook.
In the revised, you can choose between an ape, a I've never thought of having a monkey animal companion. A black bear, a boar, a giant badger, a giant weasel, what? A mule, a panther, or a wolf.
Oh, what's your animal
First-
companion? A mule?
First of all, the fact that there's no horse is very weird to me.
Huh.
Okay. I think we do a challenge rating so that you can have a lot of more options. Right? Okay, alternatively. We do one of those things where like we make a stat block for it.
Oh yeah,
and then like you choose that will get like when you choose when you get the subclass, like it has a flying speed or it has a climbing speed or it has the pounce feature or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's an option.
that is an option.
Because in that way you just have a stat block, but you can choose any animal.
Give me a second. Let me find it.
Because if you're restricted by a list of specific animals, like in the revised Ranger, like I want a dog, or well, it's not on the list. But if you're restricted by challenge rating, you're like, I want a bear. Okay, well, no bear is low. There's no bear stat block that's low enough challenge rating or whatever.
I know I've seen this before. I can't remember.
Are you talking
could
about
just-
Tasha's thing where you can make a animal companion? Wait.
We could do that. Yeah, we could just
Wait,
adapt that.
Oh yeah, I've never even looked at that. Let me look
I've
at
also
that
seen
real
homebrew
quick.
versions of it, but Tasha's might be.
It might be exactly, because why work more than we need to?
True.
Um,
Why work more when work less work well?
Yeah. Okay, where is that? 61. Page 61. Okay, so Primal Companion. You magically summon a Primal Beast. You choose Beast of the Land, Sea, or Sky. And it will use your proficiency bonus for certain things. In combat, it acts during your turn. It can move and use its reaction on its own, but the only action it takes is the dodge action, unless you take a bonus action on your turn to commit it to take another action. That action can be one in a stat block or some other action. You can also sacrifice one of your attacks when you take the attack action to command the beast to take the attack action. If you're incapacitated, it can only take one action, blah, blah, blah. If it's died, you can recharge it with some spells or something. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Beast of the...
Whoa.
What?
I just opened up
what?
Natasha's PDF, and it's exactly on the Beastmaster companions.
Whoa. You're killing it today.
I didn't touch anything.
Okay, so this is super cool. Beast of the Land has charge and a maul attack. Not as in a hammer, but... Beast of the Sea is amphibious instead of charge, and its attack does less damage than the maul, but it can grapple things. That's so cool. Beast of the Sky gets flyby. Oh, obviously flying speed as well. And the other thing gets swimming speed, obviously. And the Beast of the Land gets climbing speed. And the Beast of the Sky has a Shred, which is a weak. The weak is just a basic weak attack. Because it can fly, so it's broken.
And these all use your spell attack modifier to hit.
Ooh! Wait, this is just so good. The only thing is, it's flavored as like you magically summon a primal beast.
Mm-hmm.
Which we can do, but I like the concept of actually having an actual animal.
Yeah.
This is it. And the way the rules work, sound great to me.
Yeah, this is nice. This is all nice. Nice and dandy.
Okay, cool.
I agree.
I like this. This is like really cool.
So what are we doing if
cool.
it dies? What happens if your pet
Oh,
dog
wait. I just remembered something. You get this at first level, so this is kind of strong. So, what we do is we take away the ability to make it attack as a bonus action.
Okay. I agree.
And then we add that later on.
Yeah.
And then I think it will be balanced. Okay. What is the 6th level ability for the Beastmaster?
6th level ability is...
You can use the bonus action to command it to attack now. Or a bonus action to make it take any action. But do we want to tie it into Hunter's Mark?
Any creature you Hunter's Mark can become your companion. They also gain a flying speed of 120 feet. Alright, move on.
You can Hunter's Mark your companion. If you do, they take their turn after yours, and they just get a full turn to do whatever they want.
That's the weirdest thing. Nope, it's not the weirdest thing. I've seen weirder homebrew. But that's bad. So, let's not do that. Let's instead... I like keeping things consistent and keeping the 6th level ability something to do with Hunter's Mark.
But also just giving them the ability to just use a bonus action to make them take any action is just nice and solid and makes a lot of sense and works. And we're incorporating Hunter's Mark into that, I feel like, kind of only. Unless you're like, oh, and they get the additional damage from Hunter's Mark. We could do that.
Okay.
This is strong. Beastmaster is going to be the strongest subclass, and I have no problem with that. I mean, that, otherwise it gets really nerfed if you're like, you have to expend Hunter's Mark to do it, or like you can only use the bonus action to command them to take the attack action against a hunter creature that has the Hunter's Mark on it.
Yeah. I think we do that.
Do that?
Where you can use your bonus action to command it to attack a creature that you have Hunter's Marked.
Okay, but that's like, I don't know. That
What?
doesn't seem that good to me.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It just, then you can't ever make him take the
Yeah.
dash action or anything. Yeah.
No, but like you can still like have him to take the attack action against the creature you have, or any other action, or a different action.
Okay. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sure. But it also gets the Hunter's Mark damage.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. 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 I like that. I like that. Okay. Awesome. And that feature's called, you know, Bestial Fury.
Pretty
Because
sure
that's-
it's already a feature.
It is. It is. It's one of the Beastmaster features. Wait. No. Come on. There has to be a fun thing we can talk about. You know, commanding your, hey, go kill that guy, and he runs and then attacks that guy. We have to come up. We can come up with a creative name.
Fetch his bone.
Bring me back his bones. Yeah, go fetch. That's what we're calling it. With an exclamation point.
I think we need a quirky
This-
Tasha quote.
These class features are just going such downhill. Okay. The names, at least. Okay, I like that. I like it. I like it.
Okay.
15th and 20th level, what we're doing.
Where's the revised ranger? Here.
Starting at 6th level. You can use your bonus action to command your companion to take any action on its turn. Only take the attack action this way against a creature. Mark feature.
Alright, so I'm looking at the revised ranger. What it gives. I could give it like the superior beast's defense, I guess.
Wait, what?
The revised ranger, Beastmaster.
What did it say? Blah blah. Nobody cares.
Okay, never
While your
mind.
companions can see you, it has advantage on all saving throws.
That's beast's defense.
Oh wait, what are you talking about?
Superior beast's defense.
When an attacker that your companion can see hits you with an attack, you can use your when an attacker that your companion can see hits it with an attack, it can use its reaction to have the attack's damage against it. Heck yeah, dude! I like that.
Now Twinkle doesn't die as fast.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Twinkle, twinkle. I mean, listen to this revised ranger feature name. Storm of Claws and Fangs. What? What?
It's a bit of a mouthful.
What? But it's actually a cool feature. Your companion can use its action to make a melee attack against each creature of its choice within 5 feet of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 20th level, do we just give it multi-attack?
I mean, or we could just give it that ability, against each creature of its choice within 5 feet of it.
Yeah, but multi-attack is just more
It's better.
general.
Multi-attack
Not
is
necessarily.
better.
Not necessarily.
Most of the time better.
Most of the time, but it's 20th level, dude.
Sure.
I mean, look at what we're giving the hunter. Oh wait, we haven't figured that out yet. Okay, so at 20th level, your animal companion can make 2 weapon attacks.
There's a bullet
Whenever.
point here in the revised ranger of why they remove multi-attack from animal companions in it.
Yeah. Because it's really good and it's meant for fighting a party. Okay. Whatever. What's beast defense or superior beast defense or whatever the heck it's called?
15, whatever level, whenever an attacker that your companion can see hits it with an attack, it can use its reaction to have the attack's damage against it.
Can see it may use its reaction.
And from the
To
wording of this,
have-
I think this doesn't work on AoE things.
Well, it's an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's unless the attack roll is an AoE attack roll, which
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
We're finished. Other than
We're
the hunter's
finished.
20th level ability.
The hunter can now hunters mark other players at the table.
Ooh. What if you immediately just going back to stupid like funny ideas, like joke ideas? I thought that we could come back after dealing with the Beastmaster and be serious, but also it's us.
Yeah. Scroll back up here.
Dude, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm tired, bro. This ranger has sapped me.
Okay, well, when you see the Ranger class rebuild document, there's gonna be something there.
Yeah,
we'll come
check
up
it
with
out,
off-
so that when you get to 20th level playing this homebrew class, you can use it.
It's so minor and means like nothing. Why are we having so much trouble? Nobody's ever gonna use this. Okay. Anyway, dude, but doing this rebuild again has really made me want to do like an actual play with like a bunch, like a 5th level party of these rebuild classes.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. We should do that. We should do that.
Yeah, once we finish them all.
Speaking
Okay.
of which, Rogue is next.
Rogue is next. That one's gonna be a lot of fun. Rogue is a really cool class. I love the Rogue, and there's a lot
I'm
of cool
just
things you
excited
can
for
do
the
with it.
one after it.
Is that the Warlock?
No, it's a sorcerer.
Oh. Yeah, Sorcerer's gonna be good, but Warlock needs our help the most.
True.
Warlock is the...
It's like the whole point of this series.
It's the second to last class.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man.
All
I
right,
don't even know what I'm gonna
guys.
do
Hope
for a
you
wizard.
enjoyed this hour and a half of us losing our minds trying to come up with ability names.
First of all, this is the latest we've ever recorded an episode. And also it's the Ranger, and it's bad. It was just bad.
Alright guys, this week we're going to be doing our rebuild for the Ranger class. So if you want to follow along, you should check out the document that we're going to be posting in our Discord as this episode is being released, where you can see all the things that we've done in writing in front of you on the page.
Yeah, and so you can have a copy for when you use it, because I know all of you guys are using these. But how do you get into our Discord? That's a good question. Well, you can message us on Instagram at D20_Academy, or you can comment on one of our videos on our D20 Academy YouTube channel, which a lot of cool stuff is going on over there. Hey, we have a actual play series using Fantasy Flight Games' Star Wars role-playing system called Friends Like These. It's here on the podcast, on YouTube as well. Go check that out. And without further ado, let's jump into the episode.